Hello, Teaquilters. Today is Wednesday, October 2nd, 2024. It is 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we're here for live chat, although I'm going to be sewing today, and then we also have birthday shout-outs. So welcome, everybody. If you haven't already, while we're waiting for me to get into YouTube, please hit your thumbs up on this video. And also, if you're not a member of Teaquilts LLC on Facebook and you use Facebook, so please go over there and join that as well. So let me see if I can search for the live so I can see the chats. Let's see. If you got any new New York style pizza or any menu price. If you got any questions about quilt related topics, sometimes I'll answer a personal question, sometimes I don't. Just depends on the question. If you got any questions, you can also put those into the chat, and I don't know why I'm putting that over there because I already got a phone up there. I started to bring in another phone stand and I did not, but let's see. It's going to get knocked over anyway because we're going to be sewing the border on, so it'll be okay. Let's see. Who's here? Guess who, Nancy? Dolores Phelps, Deborah Sims Brown. I don't know where Dolores come from for her. Quilt Gals here. Remo JS. Also reminding people to hit the thumbs up button to show your love and support. So thank you, ma'am. Brenda Foley, Patricia Priest, Francis Jackson, Claudette Hall, Vivian Calvey, Melina Montoya, and I think I have everybody. But let me go out of the chat and come back in too, just because it gives me a little bit more when I do that. And then I also want to put my settings on all messages as well. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anyone. Cynthia Shades here. C Joy Creations, Dorothy Battle. Sue GSD says 266 days until we have our most exciting and relaxing retreat in the history of retreats. I don't know about relaxing because we're going to put you to work, girl. But it can be relaxing for you if that's what you choose, because you don't have to do a thing. Hi, Bonita Nance. Welcome to the chat. Anita Scott says, T, I got my fat quarters. That's awesome. She's saying thank you. And rent is paid. So thanks for letting me know. Dee Branson is here. Nikki B. And I think that's it for right now. Oh, I need to also make sure I have the birthday shout outs. Hold on. We'll wait for more people to get in before we do that. But just checking. Somebody's birthday is tomorrow. I'm up here looking at this list. I have not read it. And somebody else's birthday is later this month. A lot of somebody's. Pretty interesting. So that's cool. So we'll get people to come in before we do that. I hate when I can't see the stuff going on, though. So yeah. So we're just waiting a few. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see over there. And I don't know if this is going to sit up here very well, but we'll try it. I have my D2M. I have the side borders on. I did make it so that I got the side borders on, but I do not have the top and bottom border on here. So that's what I'm going to be working on today. And Sue says it's her 31st wedding anniversary. Husband is in the deer stand. So that means you're sewing. You're both enjoying it. Happy anniversary, Sue. Okay. So I'm just basically over here just folding in the center. And then I'll stick a pin in it. Just so I know where the center is. And then I match up my center with my border to this. I am so glad to be getting some of this stuff off of my to-do list. I'm sick of looking at it. But it ain't quilted, you know, that's the next step. Michelle the quilter came in. And Carla Ford, welcome back, Carla. A lot of people saying good, happy anniversary. Hi to Sue Allen, welcome to the chat. And Bonita Ha is here saying hello to everyone. And what else? I think that's it for right now. Got my phone up higher than I normally have it up. It's sitting on top of the Bernina. I don't know how long that's going to last. I just want to take one of these. Well, I'm taking them both, huh? All right. So I already got it folded in half. Pressed it so I know where the center is on my border. So I just lay it where I got the pin. And then I'm going to do that. So I just don't want to do birthday shout outs and then people weren't in here and then I have to, you know, then they're wanting birthday shout out later. So I don't start at the top of the hour with the birthday shout out. So, again, for those new in the chat, and if you are subscribed, that means you can chat. And if you have a question, quilt related question, you can also put that into the chat as well. Be answering questions today. Hi, Tracy Middlebrook. Cheryl Knuckles is here. Saying she hope everyone had a great day. Thank you, Francis, for hitting that thumbs up. And Sue is giving our prayers to everyone affected by Hurricane Helene. Yeah, that was pretty devastating. Even if you didn't get major, just a lot of brush and stuff you also got to get rid of. So I know a lot of people are working from that. So I just pinned my ends and then I just work my way to the middle of half. I'm only working on one half here. A lot of you all that watch me all the time have seen how I put borders on. I'm one of those people that I pin the border because I want to be able to control if I have any fullness. I cut my border to the size it should be, to the size of my quilt top. And then I pin it because I want to be able to control any fullness if I have it. The last thing I need is a border that's put on crooked and or a border that is going to pucker. So I just make sure everything is lined up where I want it before I sew it. I never put on oversized borders. It'll make your quilt grow. Hey, Phyllis G. Thank you, Remo, saying loving your D2M. Benita's asking, do I have a video on how to start a quilting group? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think I just talk about like joining quilt guilds. Ouch. And maybe how to get into long arm quilting, maybe. I don't know. I can't remember, but I don't think so. Whew. Let's see. What have I done since Saturday quilt related? No. I sewed the side borders on this quilt. I feel like I done something else, but I don't know because I was, you know, straightening up one area and then doing stuff in here and doing stuff over there, and then I get confused. But oh, I know what I did. I finished those blocks. I laid the blocks out for the I don't know the name of the quilt. Strip Coons, something like that, by GE Designs that I sold on Saturday. I have those blocks all up on my design wall, but I have no place to show you because I got them overlapping because I don't have much space. So that's why I don't even bother trying to show you my design wall. I still got Miss Vivian's quilt in here. It's leaning up against the design wall. And then I put I had these borders cut already, so I put the borders on the sides. And I was long arm quilting a quilt. I can't remember. I don't know what quilt was on my frame because it's a different quilt on my frame now. And I know I had to get that off. So then I got my H quilt. My John Lewis quilt is on my frame now. I just finished quilting it, but I haven't taken it off. I'm trying to decide if I want to put the binding on while it's on the long arm, although I don't know what binding I'm using. So that's the problem with that one. Got to find center. I think I know where it is because I see a fold, but I like to make sure. On this quilt, I ran out of this black with metallic silver on top. And so I didn't even have enough fabric to make it. I think the pattern tells you to put a 4-inch border. I ended up cutting like a 3-inch border instead because I just didn't have enough. So I'm adding, sorry about that. I still would have had to add a border anyway, but I definitely wanted to add another border because I wanted my quilt longer. But I've had this fabric cut for so long, it's ridiculous that I haven't sewed it on. It just needs to be sewed on. And I think this might be one of those times. I was going to put African print on the back of this, but I think this might be one of those times that I do a 108. Give myself a break. It won't be an African print 108. I don't have that. But I think I'm just going to I think this is going to be one of those quilts that I actually use. I keep saying that, and then I get them all quilted up, and I go, I'm not using that quilt. Are you crazy? But I'm going to try because I keep saying I want a African quilt on my bed, especially in the month of February. But I don't, I'll make the quilt, get it all quilted up. It looks so pretty, and I go, I'm not going to use that quilt, which is crazy. So after I get this side pinned, we'll do birthday shout outs. And T. Roberts is here. Sue is talking to somebody else. Sheila Willis need to come into the chat talking about she says hi. She got locked out. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I want to know, how did you get locked out? She may have to wait and then tell them that to reset her password or something like that, and then they'll send it to her email. So maybe she got to figure that part out. Hi, Sharon Lewis. Welcome, welcome. Okay, now we've got this part we need to pin. And Darcy Savali is here, reminding you all to hit your thumbs up if you haven't already. So welcome, Darcy, to the chat. Okay, maybe one of the moderators blocked Sheila and I didn't catch it, because that can happen too. Accidentally block somebody. I can't do anything about that until I'm at my desktop. So Sheila, if you remember, send me an email and let me know to unblock you on YouTube. Because that happens. It's an accident. And it's not a happy accident either. It's a pain in the butt accident. So I have to go through everybody that's been blocked to find the one that I want to unblock. Okay. We got a few more pins to put in here. Just trying to make sure my fabric is not going to move. I could have had it sewed by the time I pin it, but I'm one of those people that I'm a perfectionist about my borders. I remember when I used to take my quilts to the long armor, and she would always compliment me on having my borders be nice and flat. She said, I don't mind quilting your quilts. I know your stuff's going to be right. So, one last pin here. So, yeah. So, okay, I'm just going to slide this over. Get my phone. Let's see. I'm going to take my glasses off. Claudette Hall says, today I spent time cutting fabric for a pattern called Hopscotch 2 and Slow Stroll Quilt. Yeah, I actually like just taking a day and cutting out various different projects and then not doing any sewing that day just to do the cutting. You just get the cutting out the way. So yeah, I like that. Sylvia Martinez is here. Minnie Dula, welcome Minnie. She's been having some issues with Wi-Fi since Hurricane Helene. She was able to post. She went to the gym earlier. She let me know. So I felt really bad for you guys that are having to deal with this. So. Okay. And so she's she's not even at home still. So Melinda C is here saying her rent's paid. Thank you, thank you. And still, she had to cancel all her grooming appointments too. So that's horrible. I remember my husband and I, we had about, I don't know, it was like 10 days with no power. And one time, and we had it a couple of times because it seemed like it kept hitting us. One time it hit us, it was hot outside. And then another time it hit us, it was cold. I remember when it was hot, I had all kind of fans and charging devices. I had fans that ran off of power or I could plug them into like little power boxes. I was running fans off of those when it was hot. And then when it was cold, I remember going to a friend's house. She had like some kind of animal fur thing she's had for many a years. And she said, girl, you better come get this. That was the warmest thing I had ever slept under. But I'm telling you, you couldn't turn over with it, okay? It was thick, but it worked. And then the great thing, I think, you know how they got rid of AM radios for, not AM radios, the TV, where we could use antennas, whatever that is, ATV, I forget what they call it, where the government only uses it now. I think they're about to do the same thing with gas. And I'm so glad that my house is gas. Because when the power goes out, I can still cook. I can use the gas to heat part of my house. And then I can block off with all the quilts that I have. I can block off certain rooms if I don't want heat to go in a particular place, knowing that we're not going to be there. So, yeah. I got sinus issues still. I took medicine, but, I still have the nasal thing going on. And it's going to happen until probably all the leaves fall off the tree at this point. But it started when we had gotten a lot of rain. So that's what happens. And I'm going to put this a little bit from the edge because I'm going to back up. Because I want to back up anyway. When I put on my top and bottom borders, I always back stitch so I don't have to worry about them coming apart. Especially when I put them on a long arm and put some tension to it, I always back stitch. Cut that thread. So it's horrible. I have experienced it. I know exactly what you're going through. I've had to throw away numerous times refrigerator and freezers, because we got 2 refrigerators and a freezer. And I've had to throw away mega food. At one point, when it was summertime, I would go outside, use propane, and cook a lot of the food. And then I would just feed my family that had lights. Instead of them cooking, I would just cook up food and just, take it to people if I had time. And then other times, I couldn't cook any other food and just had to toss it because I wasn't at home to cook it. Because when your power first goes out, nobody thinks, oh, I should start cooking food like in 10 minutes. You normally start doing that because if you don't open your refrigerator, you can probably get 2 days where your refrigerator your food will stay frozen if you don't open it. But after that, no, you're going to start having to throw stuff away. I also got the Jackery because it can run for a few hours. If it's going to be a few hours, I can hook up our main refrigerator at least to the Jackery generator. And it'll keep the refrigerator on initially. So I would probably wait an hour after power outage. And then if the power isn't on in an hour, then I will probably hook up my Jackery at that point. So, but yeah, losing power is no fun. And I know some of you all have told me that you all have whole home generators. But, I mentioned certain things to my husband, and he don't like spending money, so we haven't gotten there yet. It's still one of those things, so. I also have another thing I have that I can do, like I use, with us sewing and I go places, I have all kind of portable lights. I can take any of my sewing lights and plug them into a Rockstar, which is it's like a speaker that you can play. You charge it and then you can take this rolling speaker and then you can use it. I also use that when power goes out too. I use that for my lights. So Last time my power went out, I was in here sewing with the jackery just because I wanted to test it out. So, sewing machines don't take up that much power. Neither does lights or little personal fans. I don't know about big fans, but I know personal fans don't take up a lot. I'm up here sewing. I don't forget I'm supposed to be doing birthday shout outs. We'll wait till 7:30. It's 7:25 now. Okay, let's see who else has come in. Yolanda Reza, Sandy Agger. And Sue says after the ice storm of 07, we were out of power for 10 days. Had our fireplace converted to gas. Glory Jean is here. And Darcy says her recliner stays where it's at because it's, it lost power in the position it was last in. Hey, Joyce Baker. Welcome to the chat. Hey, Kim R. Hey, Brenda Perkins. And Paula S. Welcome, welcome. Kevin's at church with his mom. He's on mom duty. Kevin's either at mom duty on Wednesdays or he's working. So that's where Kevin is. And I think that's it. So I'm getting almost down to the bottom of this border. And then we'll do birthday shout outs. But I gotta remember to backstitch. Whoops. I almost hit the cut button. We don't want that. I just want to come over here and start this seam so I don't forget to reverse at the beginning. So whoa, I think my thread just broke. If it's still stitching, it's a miracle. Let's see. Let me stitch just another couple of inches so I can see. Yep, it's still stitching. It's a miracle, but the thread that pulled is right there. Okay. So we don't want to sew that right now. I just wanted to get it through. And I'm not going to press this right here. I got my big ironing system up. So I will be pressing that. That's what I've been pressing with all week. So yeah, we don't want to do that here. Brenda, I don't remember if I said Brenda Perkins is here. So Brenda is here. All right, birthday shout outs. It's on this phone. Because we don't have the other one on. So we got quite a few people who have a birthday. Saw 2 of you in the chat. No, 3 I see in the chat. Maybe 4, maybe 5. A lot of you all are in the chat. That is awesome. If I miss your birthday, just let them know down in the chat, and then we can just do whoever I miss down at the bottom. First up is Beverly Aikens. So happy birthday. Her birthday was yesterday on the 1st, October 1st. October 3rd, tomorrow, is Miss Vivian's birthday. Remo JS birthday is on the 12th. Sharon Lewis' birthday is on the 13th. Teresa Bullard's birthday is on the 15th. Adrian Riaz, I haven't seen her in a while, but birthday is on the 17th. I'm going to update my list. If I don't remember seeing you in the chat, I'm just going to start taking people off. So if I read your birthday and you're in the chat and you want me to keep it on there, like Adrian, because I know who a lot of you all are. I haven't seen Adrian in a while, so I'll be taking off next time. Cynthia Cunningham Shades in the chat. Happy birthday. uh, I think I don't know if I got Beth Buellard. I got birthday on the 22nd. That's weird to have two people with the same last name, so I'm hoping that I got that right. I don't know who Beth is either, so we'll be coming off anyway. Anita Baker, haven't seen in chat for a long time, so I'll be taking off. October 23rd is your birthday. Terry Armstrong Taylor, the 23rd of October. Don't know if I remember seeing that name recently, but I could be mistaken. So that's it for your October birthday. So happy birthday to everybody. Hope you enjoy your birthday month. Celebrate all month. Have fun. Enjoy. And may you have peace as well. That's my birthday gift to you, is to have peace. And I think that's it. All right, let me go back into chat. My chat's not giving me comments anymore, haven't for a while. So, Melissa talking about, oh, we live. I got to pay closer attention. Oh, thank you, Brenda, for hitting the thumbs up button. Darcy. Yep. Thank you. She's telling that I'm live on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. for 1 hour and on Saturdays, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time for 2 hours. Thank you, Darcy. Anita Scott's here saying happy birthday to everybody. Well, Miss Vivian, have a great day. So a lot of people are throwing out birthday wishes. I'm just looking to see if I've got anybody who didn't submit their birthday to me. If you want me to do your birthday shout out in the list, just go ahead and send it to me at TEA at Teaquilts, TEAQUILTS.com, and I will add you. Patricia Priest is here giving out birthday shout outs along with a whole lot of other people, so I'm not going to read them all. And I think I read your birthday. Did I read the 20th? Is Cheryl's. If I didn't read your birthday, send me an email because I didn't. You're not on my list. And so send it to me in an email. Because in the future, if I go back to doing prizes, if I don't have your birthday in advance on the list, you're not going to be entered into the prize. So, I haven't done it this year. So, yeah. But I will be taking people off the list if I don't see your name in the chat or in the comments. Woo! My whole phone just fell. Went flying halfway across the room. I'm hoping I'm getting comments. I'm gonna sit it right there for a minute. I got this thing up here. If it walked the phone off, I probably need to move it too. I won't be sewing this big thing. I'm almost done. Once I get this sewed, I can move this out because I'm gonna be pressing it somewhere else. We'll let you all see my kaleidoscope border a little bit because I'm only just going to hold up a piece of it. This quilt, you know, I was telling you all Miss Vivian sent her quilt in. I think it's heavy because it's African fabrics. So I won't be even trying because y'all remember I was having issues with my shoulder and stuff. I also think I've been bit by a spider up here. I haven't seen any spiders, but I feel like I've been bit by a spider because This area right here is really red. I had like a little dot, like a bump, and it was red. And y'all know, I don't even know stuff happens to me until it starts hurting. It was very red, and it's been like that for a couple of days, so. Because I just, I noticed it like a couple days after it happened, and then probably a couple more days, and it doesn't hurt as bad, but it's still red. So I'm going to have to figure out what to do about that when I looked at it today, because I can't have that. We're almost finished. Once we finish with this, I can move this out. And then I can read more chats too. I see the chat moving, so it's coming in, so that's good. I'll read it after I finish just sewing this border. It won't take that long. What time is it? So yeah, we got over 20 minutes. So I'll read the chats for 20 minutes. If I need to. If not, if I read all of them and still got some minutes, I got these little mini half square triangles. I could sew some of those if I get bored, because I haven't sewed on those. I've been just, I'm trying to like work on, I got lots of projects over here stacked up. So I'm trying to like work on one thing out of the stack until they're gone. Whatever needs to be done to get them out of that stack. That's why I think I'm going to use, I usually buy my quilt backings in 3 or 6 yard increments. So I think that's what I'm going to do with this, is just use a regular quilt back. So I also have, I forget that it's now October. I need to be working on what quilts I need to pull for strings and crumbs, which I call strings and mosaics, for my quilt guild. I'm giving a lecture. 2 weeks away. They'll be here before you know it. And then I'll be looking real crazy. Okay, I gotta remind myself, we're at the end. Backspace, girl. And now I can just pull this out. Just wanted to get this out of the way. I'll just show you a side where I've already pressed my seams. So I am using this very colorful print because I got 12 different prints. They're in all colors, the African fabrics that I used. So yeah, I just decided to use something multicolored, bright, pretty on here, especially because it looked really good up against this black. The black is actually my background. Sometimes I'll reverse the background with something else. So that's kind of what I did on this quilt, because I knew everybody was going to be making it because we were at retreat. It was a retreat project of Retreats 2024. So I wanted to make sure that I like to make mine just a little bit different sometimes. And I don't know when I do that if I'm going to like it or not, but I do like it. It's just different. So let me go back and see if I can take my glasses off, because I read much better up close without the glasses. I can't see anything 2 arm lengths away. Joyce is saying happy birthday to her mom in heaven. She encouraged her creativity and taught her to sew. So that's awesome. Kim's birthday is the 23rd. I'm sending an email now as I failed to do it in advance. Right. I mention it when I do birthdays. I tell people to send them anytime. It doesn't have to be like Send it now for November. Send it for whatever month your birthday is in. And then I just add people to an Excel sheet. And then I just read them off. Deborah says, oh, she's talking to Darcy. T, you really know color coordination. Beautiful quilt. Thank you, Paula. Lietta Bryant is here. Lizette Zaya says here, hope everyone is having a great evening. Darcy's son's birthday is on the 11th. He was born 9 months and 1 day after they were married. Ain't that something? Minnie is on the hunt for food. I got to cook after this. She says, circle your injury and see how much it's swelling. I think it's actually going down because I looked at it today because I had forgot about it. And I think like if I'm looking at it after I've showered, if I'm thinking about it, because sometimes I shower, I just wrap the towel on me and go into the bedroom, don't really worry about it. And then other times I shower and I stay in the bathroom where you got all the bright bathroom lights, and then you kind of, after you towel dry, you're a little bit more redder than you would normally be, or irritated from washing. So I think that's part of it. But I'm paying attention to it now. And Remo had to throw away food. She lost her power. Oh my goodness. Kim says, I took a week of vacation for my birthday, but didn't tell my family so I can sew all week and not be bothered. No housework, no cooking. Now that's awesome. For some reason, I always worked my birthday because I never really planned the birthday trip or anything like that. So I always worked when I did. So I figured if I wasn't doing anything, I may as well go in on my birthday and take off when I really wanted to do something else. But I was one of those people that always worked on my birthday. So Francie saying joining late. And she's wishing people well from Helene as well. Brenda says, I love the quilt. Sharon says, your D2M quilt came out pretty. That's so beautiful. Wow, the quilt's beautiful. Cool beans. So Rhonda Latson is here saying, hi T, are you still selling African print bundles? Yes. Just go on my website and order. Because that's, I'll just make bundles up. I've been trying to get in contact with a guild so that I could vend, and I haven't heard anything back from the person I talked to, or like I told her to refer me, and I don't know if she forgot. I guess I can send her another notice. But I also went into the group's Facebook page and asked for the person to contact me, and I haven't gotten contacted. So I don't know if I'm going to be vending in November or not, but I will be making more fat quarter bundles because I sold the last 2, but I'm going to be making more. That quilt top is beautiful and looks huge. It's 96 square inches. That's what I make for my queen size bed with double side pillow tops. That's what I do. Monty Pep is here. Ellen Campbell is here. Says she's been watching and love your quilt top colors. Thank you. Thank you so much. Erica Peterson is here. Hey, Erica. Okay, you have pretty fabrics. Yeah. So what I do, like when I cut fat quarter bundles, I tend to put one aside for me out of all of them, because I might cut, say if I do 30 fat quarter bundles, I might cut like 50 fabrics. And then because say I only got enough, I had 2 yards of this one, but only a yard and a half of another. So I would, have 8 of one and 6 of another. So I always had extra that I would have every fat quarter I ever cut. I have it in a bundle. So that's what I've been sewing out of. All of my quilts come out of my fat quarter bundles whenever I make them. So you can make many quilts. I've made the African Queen quilt, D2M. I've made Scooch Over 2. I used the strings to make a flying geese quilt. Call it the Sands of Africa is what I'm calling it. And it was something else. I've made a lot of quilts, African quilts, and I'm just using the scraps. What was the quilt that I made twice and I didn't want to do it? With the stars. Ain't that something? I forgot the name of that thing. I'm so glad I don't have to do it again. I won't be doing it again. But I had even sold a few kits. So, but yeah, so 30 fat quarters might seem like a lot when you first thinking about it. But when you start figuring out, okay, I'm going to do, say D2M, and you start with a fat quarter, you have the extra pieces left over. Then I take those scraps and I use them other places. Or the Scooch Over 2 actually had a lot of extra pieces in that one, because you only had one piece of the fabric. You could have cut 2 pieces out of it too, but most of the time I just had one. But yeah. What does your search say? It just says mom, but it has my daughter's name going through it. That's all. Brightly. Thank you. Y'all know I'm trying to forget that. So I say y'all know better than I do, because I'd be trying to forget it. It's like I did that thing twice. Same fabrics almost, except that on my quilt I had different color stars, and on my, who is she? My cousin. Yeah, I keep wanting to give her a different name because she's really a first cousin, but my aunt had her late, so she's younger than us. She got young kids, and we don't. The rest of the cousins don't. Okay, so yeah, I'm trying to now do think about that, because I don't normally do that type of quilt twice with that many, like making that many half square triangles, the exact same fabrics. Like I would normally use something else. Now, Scooch Over 2 is so easy. It's like my go-to quilt for, you know, somebody say, make me a quilt. They're hiring me to make a quilt. They don't care about the design. Then I'll ask them, what is the favorite color of the person you're giving it to? And then I go from there, because it's a very quick quilt to do, but it looks a little bit more complicated. So, but yeah, so I enjoy doing it. It's not that I'm not going to say I'll never do it again if somebody just has to have it. And I'm just hoping I never have to do it again with African prints and the green grunge background that I used. The apple green is what I used. So how come I can remember that but couldn't remember the pattern name? Isn't that crazy? Apple green. Do it with hearts in the middle and still stars. I don't need to do Brightly again. I think I've gotten my money's worth out of Brightly. I don't need to do that one again. I'm not even thinking about Brightly, as you all can see, because I couldn't even remember the name. So I don't need to do anything with it. What else? Oh, talking about 2025 retreat. I'm gonna put it here in the chat, and then we're gonna talk about this too. If you are someone that wants to get on mailing lists so that you can receive a newsletter or information about Teaquilt sales, or information about Teaquilts retreats, or information about Teaquilt Scrap Club, send an email to this email address that I just put down. It's tnews@yahoo.com. And that, put in a subject that you want to be added. So just put the word add, ADD. And then in the body, put your first and last name. So that way we know who you are. Because when I do sales, if you use the coupon is for the people that are going to be on the newsletter list when I start sending out sales stuff. So you want to do that. Also, eventually, if you send an email to tequiltsnews@yahoo.com and you're asking me about retreat or anything else, it's not going to be responded to. You need to go back to my teaquilts@teaquilts.com email. The problem I'm having with my email is that I can't send stuff out. I see everything though. I can't send anything out, and I don't understand that. It goes sometimes and sometimes it does not. So That is not, Teaquilts News is not an email address that I'm using to replace the Teaquilts email, teaquilts@teaquilts.com. So please, when I put in notices to send your information to teaquilts@teaquilts.com, please send it to that email address. Don't send bogus stuff. I am not the owner of teaquiltsnews@yahoo.com. You all need to know that. So I may see it because I might be in there looking for something, but Gail is handling that email for me. Now, everything that you're getting that comes straight from me, when I go in there, I will put this email is from Teajuana or Teaquilts or something like that. I'll put something in there so that you know it's from me. Gail has offered to be the one that's going to do my newsletter. So in the future, you send mail, I get responded to. That is not my email. I am not in control of that account. Someone is doing that for me because I'm having difficulty with my own account. I see everything. However, you may or may not get a response from me, which means you can ask me on live chat. You can, and then I know that you haven't seen my email or something like that. I always put in the to subject my email address back to myself so that I can know whether or not that email has gone out. So I sent 2 emails today. Both of them appear to have gone out. If you haven't received 2 emails from me, I've had people responding to them. So they went out. So go look today and see if you've got 2 emails. Well, you only got 1 email if you paid for retreat. The second email says update Teaquilts Retreat 2025. That's the one everybody got that you need to look at and make sure everything is okay in that email. Especially going over to teaquiltsnews@yahoo.com and signing up, because if you do not, starting now, because this is my last time telling you, starting now, all Teaquilts Retreat 2025 information is going to be distributed via the Teaquilts News@yahoo.com. Okay, so that's where we're going to be. We're going to set up a newsletter. And then in the newsletter for the retreaters, we're going to set up all the things that are going to be happening in retreat. And then we'll just be updating that newsletter, like any information that you need about how to make your square and the square blocks, how many blocks you need to make. Eventually, when I open up sewing machine lists, that's going to be over there. Eventually, when I ask, do you need a cuber driver to pick you up to and from the airport? Anything else like your supplies list, what the projects are going to be, all of that's going to be coming through via a newsletter in the future. And if you're not subscribed to that group, I don't know how you're going to get it. So you just need to know that I'm not taking responsibility if you're not following through. I've sent it to 2 emails already requesting people to add to the Teaquilts retreat. I've sent it twice asking people to please go over and sign up for teaquiltsnews@yahoo.com. And again, I'm not the owner of that group, so please do not send regular emails over there asking me about payments, asking me about retreat information. None of that's going to be responded to. Once we get all these people into the group by sending an email saying add, that group, we're going to figure out a way so we can stop it so it won't even receive emails. So just know that that's not the place to contact me if you're trying to contact me. That's not my email account. Someone else has set that up for me so that I can not have a problem getting out the major information that I need to get out. So let's go back and read some chats. Sharon says, I received your recent email about retreat. Thank you for verifying, because I know somebody responded back. So I know it was Darcy. Darcy responded back. So I know it went out. Sometimes I don't know if emails went out because nobody responds back to them. And then if nobody responds like within 24 hours, I'll go back and resend them again. But now I've been putting myself in the 2, and if I don't get it, then I know it didn't go out. I found that sometimes if I don't put myself in the 2, 99% of the time it does not go out. If I put myself in the 2, it goes out, or I know it didn't go out because it's not sitting in my inbox. Now, it'll always be in my sent box telling me that it was sent, although nobody got it. So I don't know what's going on. I do have a new computer that I haven't even had time to set up because I got so many things I'm doing. I don't have time to, all of my stuff is on that computer, and I don't have time to install all the things I'm going to need to install, like Electrical 8, like my software for quilts that I get from people that I quilt, my print programs, my video editing software, all of that stuff is on that computer. So I just haven't had time to deal with that yet. It's just the whole thought of it is just stressful. So I decided that I'm not going to do that right now. It's still sitting in the box, never been opened, okay? Hi, Katie Greenland Quilter. Welcome, welcome. I just sent a notice to add to the email. That's Ellen. Remo said, let's get your thumbs up, show your love and support, subscribe, you won't be disappointed. So she was reminding you all to hit the thumbs up button if you haven't already. I would really appreciate it. Hi Ray, he's saying good night to everybody, stay safe still. He must come in and he's knowing we about to leave. T, did you get my message? I don't know what message. Rose, I don't remember seeing a message from you. Vanessa Brown saying, late to the party. I got your email today. I've been busy moving last few days. So, I can't see because of the heart. Sending next payment. Okay. I had to like make it bigger, and then I'm so scared I'm going to do something else to somebody. Like block somebody or something when I have to press that thing up. But yeah. So, you know, I don't know what else to do if I'm sending stuff and you're not getting it, other than to have somebody else create an account for me. This is it's a pain in the butt. It's a pitta to me as well. But I'm just so fortunate that I have somebody that's willing to do that for me. So I appreciate Gail doing that, because I don't know what else to do. I don't understand what's going on. That's another reason I went and bought another computer. But even still, Gail is going to be doing, I'll be submitting stuff to her that she's going to be sending out in newsletter format. So she's still going to continue to do that. So that Teaquilts news will stay there eventually anyway. It's not going to disappear until Gail decides she no longer can do it. I do have access to it, but if something happens to Gail, just know that account is going to be gone. It's not my account. So when don't reply to me at that account, just because I'm telling you to go over there and sign up. I want you to go over there and sign up so I can use it because I'm having issues, but that's not my email. If you're wanting something from me, you need to send it to my own personal email. Otherwise, Gail is seeing your email as well. So, and that's the other thing too. If you're sending me something you don't want everybody to know, any email sent to Teaquilts News is also going to Gail as well. Not that Gail's an issue. I'm just saying. That's what's happening. Okay. So I can't remember if there was anything else I needed to share with you guys. October 31st is the due date to have your retreat payments in. I'm hoping any of the registration forms that I have, I'll be contacting the facilities in November, getting my list together with all the issues that people might have, or concerns, not necessarily issues, but concerns, because of food allergies or certain things people don't eat due to the religion and things like that. I'll make sure that I get that to them. It's a lot of things that I don't like to eat. I don't even worry about that, because if they have it up there, I just don't eat it, you know. But if you got a food allergy or some things that you can't have because of religious purposes or your dietary style, then I need to know that. So if you have not submitted your registration form, just know that those won't be taken care of. If you have submitted your form, you're okay. If you haven't submitted it or don't remember if you have submitted it, just resubmit it again. Don't ask me, have you received my form? Because I'm dealing with retreat payments. I don't have time to go look up, in addition to that, whether somebody sent their registration form. I'm just going to use what I got. And then also, probably, I don't know if I'm going to wait till December or January. I'll probably do December. I'll be trying to figure out our bus route so that I can get that scheduled for next June. So we have a chartered bus that takes us on a day trip somewhere. Normally we leave about 5:30 in the morning. We come back about 8, 9 o'clock at night. And I have somebody else do that because it's long distance driving, a professional driver that's got plenty of insurance in case something happens, instead of having Teaquilters driving you around on long trips. Now, we do have another day of shop hopping for our local shops that we take people out to venues in our car. Sometimes the out-of-town people that have rented a car might drive. But yeah, so that's kind of what's going on. You don't have to rent a car if you come to the Teaquilts retreat, because if you need to get somewhere, there's somebody that's always willing to help and figure out what you need. This new center that we're going to, new to us, it's the main road is off a street called Lindbergh. And on Lindbergh, you can buy just about everything if you drive 3 to 5 miles. There's a Walmart within a mile, and then within 1 to 5 miles, you can get every restaurant you ever thought of. If you don't like the food at the facility, because I don't know if I'm gonna like the food at the facility. So, there's options. If you feel like you're not liking the food, you want to go somewhere, there are plenty of restaurants. Some sit down, some fast food sit down, some takeouts. Everything you can eat is sitting right there off of the major Lindbergh. Now, Lindbergh's got a whole lot of traffic. So anytime you're going in and out of parking lots, if you can, I recommend you use a exit that has a light on it if you're driving. Us people that live here, we kind of used to it. So it is a busy street. But where the retreat center is off a road off of Lindbergh, kind of in the middle of a neighborhood, and they got quite a bit of land, and so it's kind of quiet where the center is, but off of Lindbergh, it's a lot of traffic. And I think that's going to be it. Just want to make sure I got everything. And again, if you got questions about retreat, you didn't catch an email, or if you didn't get it or see it or something, you can always ask me. Or if you didn't get my reply, you can ask me in a chat. If it's not a personal reply, then I can do that. Something you don't want everybody to know, then yeah, so we can do that in a chat as well. Because like I said, I'm only using the Teaquilt stuff. I'm not going to be using it for every response to somebody sending to me. That's not what the Teaquilts news is about. It's for being able to make sure that when I need to make sure that a lot of people know some information, that it goes out that way. So hopefully you all understand what's going on. I've been trying to explain what's going on, and so hopefully everybody understands what's going on. And I'm going to end here. If you got any questions, you can always email me, and I'll try to help you as best as I can. So thank you all so much for watching. You all stay safe, be blessed, and quilt out. Bye-bye.